Tammany Petrie. How are you today?
I'm great. Thanks for having me, Larissa. How are you?
I'm excited the sun's out. I really want to be outside. I'm like such an outdoor person.
Yeah, it's beautiful out. We just
I
now need to get
know.
out of lockdown.
Oh, well, I kind of snuck out to the cottage yesterday because we had to meet an engineer because essentially our lake wall is falling apart. So that was a very expensive meeting. But we got out there, but it felt so peaceful to kind of just be there and, see
Yeah.
the lake. And I sort of worked staring out and left my kiddos at home. And that was nice to have a little bit of separation. And that's why we're talking today, is to talk about mental health resources, to talk about balancing at home, to talk about technology, because that's where I come from and my background. So, Tammany, can you explain what Everyday Kids Heroes does and can do for parents?
Sure, yeah. So Everyday Heroes is a pediatric exclusive platform that connects families and teens, parents and teens, to pediatric professionals and organizations and technologies. We're starting to get some tech companies come on in the areas of health, mental health, and education. And the goal is really to encourage access to care as a centralized destination to find everything you need,
Yeah.
and save time, money, and stress, and encourage earlier intervention for better outcomes in kids.
And it's interesting you say that because when I've been interviewing several different medical professionals and in education, teachers, consultants, psychologists, pediatricians, the number one thing they say is to stay talking to your kids and to find resources.
Yeah, so
Right?
important. Yeah,
Resources for help. And it seems that, and I've been referring them to this as well. And I've joined you, which is great. And
thank
I'm
you.
happy to be part of that team. Now, specifically, if I needed to find a parent, to find a psychologist or psychiatrist, you have them on board there?
Yes, we do. So we have over 400 professionals now on the platform. I would say we're more concentrated in the area of mental health, thankfully.
That's great.
And then we have amazing organizations, like well-known organizations like Kids Help Phone. Jack.org is joining, Sick Kids Hospital is joining for their mental health department. Ontario Association of Mental Health Professionals,
That's great. That's
Strong Minds, Strong Kids. So yeah, there's a lot of resources there. And so the great thing about our platform is you can come to it, ehkidshealth.com, and you can search by either the professional type that you're looking for, or
oh,
we always say you don't know what you don't know. So you can also search by the diagnosis or concern. So that might be depression, mental
okay.
health, ADHD, whatever that is. And when you search by the diagnosis or concern, you'll be shown all of the organizations and professionals that have tagged that in their profile and that are available to help.
That's great. That sounds, wow, 400. That's wonderful when you consider that pre-COVID, the psychologists, psychiatrists, and family physicians were all saying that their waiting times for therapy were almost a year waiting list. And now that whopping number is 2 to 3 years to wait on a waiting list. So now what do all these people do? Right?
Yeah, I mean, a big problem is I'm not saying that there's a shortage in professionals available, but I can tell you that we have spent the last year or more doing a lot of organic outreach. And if you go to Google and you search under mental health or psychologist or psychotherapist in any city or province across Canada, you'll get down to like page 12. And on those page 12, those searches, you'll see the same 6 to 7 different professionals over and over again. So it's no wonder parents are saying there's a shortage, because you
You're not
literally
seeing the
can't
whole.
find them. You can't find them. And so we have found so many outstanding professionals through LinkedIn, through Instagram. They've been referred to us, and it's just, you just can't access them through Google and online. And they're much deeper networks where there's so many different professionals that are available to help. And so that's what we're really trying to do, is just bring it all together in one central, easy to access destination,
For
and then you can,
for pediatrics, for everyone under 18.
yeah,
Yeah.
kids age 0 to young adults. Like it's not just for kids, it's for teens and,
Yeah.
young adults. And find these professionals that are available to help and meet them online. Watch their videos where they speak about the work they do and why they do it.
Which I still have to set up my stuff too.
Yes,
Be
yes, we're
there every
waiting. We're
time.
waiting.
Yeah.
And then just learn about their education and their background and everything that you need to know so that you can make an informed decision and feel good about it, rather than just sort of
Guessing.
finding those 2 or 3 people that you might find on Google without enough information to make an informed
And
decision.
it's interesting that you say that because right now in medicine, many of the physicians are very frustrated because when patients come in, they're like, well, I found on Google, or I found on this, or I found on that. And they're like, well, you really just need to come here and get in, and we'll talk to you about, this virus, or what are the symptoms for this, or depression, or teenage addiction, which I deal a lot with phone addiction, gaming addiction. And we even are seeing porn addiction in kids under the age of 18.
Wow.
Yeah, nude
Yeah.
photos, sexting. It's becoming more of like it's the neural pathway, right? The reward system. Same with sugar.
Yeah.
Now the newest research is saying, and I totally get this now when a scientist explained it to me, is that um, when we eat sugar, there are hormones that are admitted to the brain saying, "Oh yeah, I want more," and then we go on our phones and that same neural pathway and hormones of
Yeah.
oxytocin, right, dopamine and cortisol are all like, yeah, I want that too. I want more. So the more we're on our phones, the more we binge watch, the more we eat sugar, the more we're actually growing in our own addiction.
Yep.
And it's an epidemic, apparently, the one neuroscientist was saying.
Wow. So
I know.
scary
I didn't know it.
and
So
so
I cut
difficult
my
to
sugar
protect
out
kids.
pretty quick.
Oh,
I
yeah.
know, because it's a weight gain. Now they're saying that it's actually binge watching, and all of that is all a weight gain.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Especially
well,
during the pandemic.
so hopefully soon we're going to do a Q&A for some parents, I hope, and we'll keep everybody informed. But thank you so much for meeting here today. Can you just give everybody the website and how to get involved?
Sure. Thank you so much. So it's www.eh for Everyday Heroes, ehkidshealth.com. And then you can also find us on Instagram and LinkedIn and Facebook and all that at Everyday Heroes Kids.
No, that's good. Well, thank you so much, Tammany, for talking with us and helping us find resources for parents.
Thanks, Larissa, for having me. I appreciate it.
You're welcome.